Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I have another video for you of more pixel art, more of the arts of pixelation. And today I have a tier 3 enemy. This one is called the Beldam. Now Beldam's like supposed to be a low level water spirit of some description, but I wanted to switch it around for my game and make the Beldam a high level water spirit. And there's a little bit of a joke on the enemy card, you'll see that later, where it actually sort of flips that around. So let's get right into it. So what I'm doing now is just building the cauldron for this witchy like character, just by laying out some gradients and things like that, and sort of pinching the colours, laying out some volumes, getting some shading on there. So this is possibly a little bit of experience from my Warhammer miniature painting days, where I would do or practice forms of non-metallic metal shading, which didn't really work. I was never very good at it. Not yet. We will be one day. So blocking out some of the shoulders there, and then also just trying to create more volume with this hair. So almost like an evolution of the hag to the crone, is that the hag has all this long hair, and the crone gets like a haircut and has shorter, scragglier hair. And then the third one, this Beldam, is like an evolution of the two, where she's just so far gone. Ultimate evil, horrible creature that drowns people for fun, which is always nice to put in a game made for kids. It's not really for kids, it's for like 12-year-olds plus. But yeah, this bitch is supposed to be like holding a wooden spoon. I think it works. What do you think? I suppose we'll see when it comes out and people go, what is she holding? Is it a stick? Is it some kind of big spoon? So here's where I decided to try and make the face a little bit more readable. Chucked a couple of fangs on there, deliberated for too long on whether they looked good or not. I wasn't convinced. So I think, right, what else can we do? Can we chuck something else in there? Give her like a snaggle tooth kind of look. And then, okay, yeah, we'll leave the snaggle tooth and then go and work on the arms. So I'm working on trying to get it to look like she's sort of grasping the side of this pot while she stirs it. And I remember being really unhappy with this arm. It just didn't quite work. So we keep kind of messing around with it. I'll leave it alone for a little bit, but I'll go back to it later. So what I'm also doing is closing down Photoshop every 10-20 minutes, because the file size is getting too large for my computer to handle. So I have to keep closing it down every 20 minutes to make sure that I can actually place pixels when I click, rather than waiting 3 or 4 seconds for it, which obviously slows things down. It's a little bit annoying, but one day we'll upgrade the PC and everything. But it works perfectly for what it is. The file size, I think, is quite huge. I'll have to have a look and find out what it is. I'll put it in the description. So here I'm doing some very traditional dithering, it's called, where you try and offset the light and the dark colours to make it look like there's more of a natural gradient. And there's plenty of people out there who do pixel art better than me. Never mind just dithering, but yeah, I've never quite mastered it, I don't think. So there's plenty more practice to be had. So here you can see I revisit this arm because I wasn't convinced. I'm still not, even though it's finished. I'm still thinking, it could be better. I might revisit one day, but I think finished is better than perfect, because if we waited for perfect, I literally we'd never have the game finished ever, because yeah, I'm a bit of a perfectionist that never really gets things perfect because it's not possible. So my version of perfect is still, it would take too long. So anyway, so now we're just adding some details. I wanted to create more of like a bedraggled kind of look, so I've shot some of this hair on her back to make it so it's like just going all the way over the back of her, and then obviously spilling out onto the floor was the original idea anyway. but that just makes it look even worse. And it's all because a lot of the folklore behind a lot of these kind of water spirits is that they're all sort of maidens that were once beautiful, but because of the vanity and the beauty that they aspired to, they ended up being hideous crones, because a lot of these folklore tales were all lessons and messages. So it's like, oh, if you're going to be vain and care about nothing but your appearances, you'll turn into a hideous old beast, and that sort of thing. So these stories were created with the intention of teaching like good values to people. There's probably a lesson about the patriarchy in there or something, I don't know. Like, all men think is just women are going to get ugly when they're old. Well, I'm going to drop a truth bomb. Everyone gets ugly when they're old. No, they don't. Not everybody. So that's basically it. We've given her a little bit of a kind of chipped tooth look. Put the details in on the card, give her an enemy trait, filled in the details of the stats, and there she is in all her glory. Hope you like it. Let me know what you think in the comments below.